Hey, good everybody. Still here for the Daily Market Pulse. Here, this is on Monday, May 12th. So markets and stocks kicking it in gear. Triple digits on the Dow. Very strong near session highs today. Rising windows as well. Pretty strong push. Volume, unfortunately, not that strong. So interesting pattern nonetheless. Doesn't mean it can't happen later, but right now, just kind of wondering. Looks great otherwise. So when you look at the Dow Jones, so that breaks out and is above the 16,600 area, also above the polarity finally. You see that gold line we had as resistance for the longest of times. Kept testing it. The only thing that we had going, or at least the bulls had going for it, was the fact that there was this constant pressure coming up the upside like this. Everything kept pushing, pushing, pushing. So it's finally burst through. Can they maintain this now? So of course a support level now becomes 16.6 for the time being, and looking for higher levels naturally here on the Dow at this point. Possible breakout would also mean that maybe this correction is once and for all finally over, although the volume was not substantial. We'll at least perhaps say that the uptrend may in fact have been resumed maybe by tomorrow. Here's the same thing with the S&P breaking out near session high. The Bollinger Bands are still kind of squeezing just like they were in the Dow. So there's the move there. So what's really lacking, of course, it becomes the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq looks nothing like this. Has been much, much more declined like this. You can see the huge decline it had. It did have a bullish engulfing on Friday, holding support levels near 40.20, 40.25, with a breakout today above that channel line and a rising window today into 41.50, with a little bit more room toward almost 4,200. TSX has come down with a quiet little spinning top after Friday, bouncing up to 20 and almost a polarity area near 14,500 and forming a morning star formation, which is good with room then to 14.8 on the upside. US dollar, Canadian dollar. Found support here, bullish piercing here at 108.50. Yeah, 108.50. And just still below polarity and a declining 8 moving average. Not sure that's going to be that bullish just yet. Here's the Euro US. Came into a support area looking for a bounce at this point. It was a big sell off coming off a rejection of 139.50, looking for a bounce at these levels at this point. Treasuries, same thing. Came all the way back down to 135 at this point. There it is, 135 in the 20-day moving average. This I'd be looking for a possible bounce, and this could also drop into 134 just as easily. But the market's breaking out like they are. You might see a bounce here. You might see a slight pullback in the markets just because of a retest of the breakout area, possibly. So we'll see if that's the case. Uh, Japanese yen looked like it was breaking out as of Friday, but has retreated just a little bit here today. Rising 8, rising 20, rising 50. Here's another retreat right there. So that's back to the 20. So fake breakout, a little head fake, and declining thus far. Gold not necessarily needing to be a true safe haven, but it has bounced off the 1280 area, gapped up on the open, faded hard into 1280, bounced to make another high over the last 3 days. So from that vantage point, looks fairly bullish here, looking for a move back toward the low 1300s and possibly mid 1300s next. Silver, as gold is doing the 1280 bounce, silver is doing the $19 bounce. And there it is with a green bullish candle looking for higher levels above 1975, gets you to 2050, 21, 22 on the levels above. Crude coming into the moving averages, particularly here the 50, and just kind of going sideways. Not much action going on here. We're just sideways for the last 3 days to 4 days. A little bit of room above, still into 102 and then 104.50. But just right here, jammed into the moving averages currently with holding above the century mark here with crude as mentioned. IWM, the small cap, this is risk on, representative of the Russell. It has looking like it's trying to break above not only the 20 but also the trend line and channel line into 113, room into 114 and a half to 114.75, thereafter 119. So decent breakout following a bullish engulfing at support levels near 108 to 109 with a rising window today and follow through in continuation. Let's look at the VIX. The VIX has essentially become more subdued, and when it resides near 1350, it means the markets are at least moderately still kind of bullish on the bullish side, mildly at a minimum. When the VIX starts to drop below those levels into 12 or below 12, then you know the markets are very bullish. So here it is. It's only one day, mind you, with a falling window, but certainly it suggests the possibility the markets are looking strong. Now, positive divergence on the stochastics currently on this particular day, but again, this is only one day. So a little bit of a mixed feeling here and observation. On one token, looking like the markets are very bullish. On the other token, at any moment, any second, this could reverse as well.